Okay, so I've got a video for you guys here. I've had this radio for quite a while. I've not done a video on it because I've just not really gotten around to doing it. I had an SDR Play RSP1. It was the version before the RSP1A, which was the one that is not going to support their new SDR Connect software. I was trying to modify and add some antennas to the box that I had, and I ended up basically completely accidentally ripping out the antenna traces that go to the IC connector, and I just could not get it back to basically working again. So I kind of messed that up, but I've had that ever since it first came out, and I got this in the interim to kind of sort of, just get me by until I get an RSPDX for the SDR Connect software that they're supposed to be coming out with. So this is what I have in the meantime, and this is an Arduino based shortwave radio, and it is it's got basically receives all of HF, and this is what I've kind of been using for the time being. And I'm also kind of doing this video where it's sort of like a iPadPro test. I'm using the P3 Cinema app. It's called Cinema P3, and I'm recording this in ProRes 420 8-bit, and I'm using log profile, and then I'll color grade it just to kind of do like a test. So it's like killing two birds with one stone, and I've actually have an external microphone plugged into this thing. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of just going through this and showing you guys. Right now I have it hooked up to a long wire antenna. It's about 40 foot long, is outside, and on the back of this thing you have not a micro USB, but a mini USB charge port, an on-off switch, a headphone port, a BNC connector for the antenna, and an FM AM switch. So like if you're listening to FM, you'll switch that over, and then everything else you'll switch it back over to the AM side. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in here and power this thing up. It does take a little bit of time for it to boot up. So right now it's on the 40 meter band, and let's see here. So one of the downsides to this is it does have that chafing or the cutout when you change frequencies, kind of like the Eaton and Light did. Let's switch over to AM, and let's go. I think this is Radio Cuba.
Have benefited from the rapid response plan of the United Nations system in Cuba. The plan
so it's got steps and 5, 10, and 1. So I'll go to 10. Well, that might be Radio Cuba, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I played around with the shortwave radio. And even before that, with my SDR, it's been a while, so.
for 15 years. So I was 22 when it ended. During these 60...
What's going on here? I'm not familiar with that shortwave station. Let's go back up to 10. Actually. So this is the 80 meter band. I'll go up here to
back a few days ago, we had a conversation about you, Mike. He said, yeah, that's a good friend of mine. I said, well, he seems like a heck of a nice guy. And pretty much start over, you know, and take his test and get back on here. I really miss not having him on the air. Of course, the phone that we text, he'll send me something to read or something, you know, through Facebook or text just about every day. Good guy, very good guy, and I apologize, Mike, I didn't put the two together. Yeah, old Bill, he's good as gold.
So one of the downsides to having a radio like this, and one of the reasons why I like the SDR Play, and I mostly, well actually I only used it with HD SDR, and that was because of the noise reduction that was built into that software. It was probably bar none the best. So here's one of the issues, is intermod with this radio. Here's AM 5 megahertz from Fort Collins, Colorado. And you can hear other channels going in there. The AGC doesn't, like, it does something, but it doesn't seem to be acting like a normal AGC. But, so now I've got it on the AM band. I'm going to unplug my long wire antenna, and I've got my loop antenna here that you can see. I'm going to plug that in. I need something to prop this up. So I've got my loop antenna going here.
It's about black and brown women. No, it's not. It's about Republican Democrats. Democrats cannot occupy these positions. They do the same. When Democrats take over the Republicans,
es un estilo de vida superior. Bien, ¿qué dice Pablo?
was just trying to see if anything was causing interference.
Kim Chuan xin liên lạc 713-539-4401. Nhà quàng Vĩnh Phước là nhà quàng đầu tiên thành lập tại Houston.
385-9302 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs.
Again, I'm not about to let you come in here with this immoral method. I'm on your side.
Get a few more contacts before the rally's over. Jason, have you worked Steve? W5TTS?
So yeah, it's an okay radio. I would say its sensitivity and the way that it receives is about, I would say with an external antenna, it's about on par with a Eaton Elite. Now, the Eaton Elite is a lot better with intermod and side channels trying to bleed over. This one isn't that great with it. The AGC, or the attenuation part of it, is kind of weird. It's like sometimes it decides it wants to work on certain settings, and then on other settings it doesn't want to work. So you just kind of have to kind of play around with it. Like this is definitely your tinkering type radio. But one of the cool things that is really cool or neat about this is this thing is so portable that you could like throw this in a backpack or something like that and go to a really remote place and get away from noise, electrical noise and stuff like that, and put up like a vertical antenna, or just throw a 20 or 30 foot random long wire in a tree or something like that, and you would probably get some really good signals. Something like if you wanted to go hike on a mountain, and if you were just a short wave, or listening for HF bands, it'd be really good for that. Because here's the thing, granted, I have not used this very much, but I have not charged this except for the very first time that I got it, and I've played with it maybe 5 or 6 times since then, just seeing if anything was on the bands, and I haven't had to charge it yet. There's no indication if the battery is in what the level is. So it's really good on battery, and if you wanted something for it to last a long while, you can plug it into like an external battery pack or something like that. So it's a pretty neat little radio. Now granted, it's not on the level of an SDR or ICOM RC or R75 or something like that, but I think I paid maybe $30, $40, $50. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. This was just something to get me by until I get another RSP or something like that. So yeah, I was just kind of playing around with it. I know it's not the most scientific video out there, but this was like a video to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So hope you guys liked it.